Shannon, you already mentioned this isn't a film about John MacArthur, but having such close-up access to him whilst filming this movie must have been a real joy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a real joy because I really respect him a lot. He's my pastor. I love him. He's had probably the most impact on my Christian life by teaching God's word clearly. His expository preaching, I mean, it's affected me more than probably anything else because it's God's word. And, you know, his desire to be careful with God's word and to make sure it's being pushed and exercised into the congregation accurately is his job, and he's doing that well. So I have a lot of respect for him, a lot of love for him. But I never went up and talked to him before this. It's a big church. I don't go up and say, I want to introduce myself. Will you sign my Bible? Or anything like that. I just was never, I was like, I'm not going to bug the man, right? We have 40 elders. It's a big church. I'm being ministered to. I have leadership in my life. I'm plugged in. I don't need to be discipled by John MacArthur. And it's probably not going to happen anyway. He's a busy guy and he's fulfilling his role within this body of the local church, you know, as the pastor teacher. His job is to be prepared every Sunday from the pulpit and preach accurately, you know. And he doesn't micromanage the church or anything like that. So anyway, when this opportunity arose, I was like, well, now I finally get down to talk to him. I can actually just have a conversation with him. And if you notice, the same way we're talking right now, I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm looking directly at you because I see your reflection in angled glass, and I don't see the lens. That's how we set it up, and that's how I set it up through the documentaries. Because you know they're looking directly at the lens, but the reality is they don't see the lens in the documentary. They just see my face. Right. So I really just had a conversation with John MacArthur. He's not looking into a lens of a camera. He is looking into my face. Visually, I'm somewhere else in the room, and he can hear me. But as far as he knows, I'm right there, and he's connecting with me. And that's why those interviews I wanted that because I wanted the full face. You notice I never cut to a B cam. I never cut to a C cam. It's only the A cam. And I stayed true and pure to that. I was scared of that choice. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off. So I always had a B cam. But when I got into post, I was like, I am going to try to be committed to never cutting away from the A cam. And I never do. And I just keep straight on and that conversation with another human being. And I had that with John MacArthur for 4 different days, sometimes up to 4 hours. And I asked him about everything. I asked him about his childhood. I asked him about it, all kinds of things, everything. And he was really kind because I think he realized this has nothing to do with the film. He even said at one point, like after it was all done, he's like, you know, I had to exercise a little bit of faith because Shannon would ask me these questions. And I was thinking to myself, what does this got to do with anything?
Yeah.
But he never complained. He never said, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you asking me these questions? But I thought it was personally, I wanted to do that personally because I just wanted to have a conversation with my pastor.
Right.
But I also did it because I didn't know when I was going to have an opportunity to do this. And we should get some of this stuff on film. Even if I don't use it, I want these stories. Who knows when the church might want to use these stories again. I don't know if everybody's fully documented it from beginning to end like that. But I did in those interviews. I really just went for it. And he let me do it. And he was very kind and never complained.
So you now know his favorite. So you now know his favorite color, his favorite aftershave.
I didn't ask him that, but I did ask him things like, you notice there's a shot of him pouring tea. I found out in the interview he doesn't drink coffee. He said, because I'm a big coffee drinker, and I said, do you drink coffee? And he said, no, I'm a Christian. So he only drinks tea. So yeah, there's a shot of him pouring tea in the mill. So I was like, well, I'm gonna put him drinking tea.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really.